Okay. I'm working with the National UFO Center, which is CUN, CU1. You know, this is the most important ufologic center, which was founded more than 60 years ago. I think it's the main ufologic center of the planet. And Roberto Pinotti is our president. So I stay with them. I work with them, and I've been studying the UFO phenomenon since I was a child. I was a child. I was in Perugia. Perugia is a small town in the center of Italy. My parents take me to the cinema to see the ET, the extraterrestrial. So once I went out from the cinema, I I asked myself, I need to know who these entities are. So I'm passionate with this phenomenon of UFO and these extraterrestrials. So my path start from 1982, and then in 2017 I started to go in the deep with the apparitions of Fatima. You know, I live in a Christian country, so I was always curious about the apparitions. I'm a very curious person, so I'm not convinced of the apparition and their history during the last century. So I start investigate the first apparition. I mean, the most recognized apparition in the world, which is Fatima. Then there are thousand apparitions of the Virgin Mary in the planet, but the most representative is that of 1917. So I start investigate to the real events happened in Fatima in 1917. And after 9 years of research, I think I'm quite sure to have identified who that being is. Because what happened during these 70 years, the church manipulated the truth about the apparition and what has happened to that three childs, which were Francisco. We are in Portugal now. The events take place in Portugal, and these three childs, which are who are Francisco, Lucia, and Jacinta, were the witnesses of this encounter with this female. And but what has happened before is the fact that the church cover up all the whole story because it's completely different from what is being told to the Christian people. So 2 billions of Christians have knowledge which is completely different of the real fact that have been covered up by the Jesuits. The Jesuits is the order of the priest community most powerful of the planet, and they manipulate the truth during this last 70 years. So the real fact has been covered. I went to the deep, and I went to the real fact of that time, studying old books. I showed you something. For example, this book. This is like a relic. I say like a relic. Have a look.
Yes.
This is a completely yellow pages around the years 40. And here in this book, and also in the other book, draft of the events. But the point is, these books are not ufology books, but they are the real. They tell the real story of the events of that time. And who have written these books? They are two priests. So the stories told in the books are stories which have been written from the church, from the real testimony. The investigator were two priests. So the books give the version of two priests. There's no ufology inside. There's nothing connected to you extraterrestrial, but they tell the real fact of that time. That from there, I started a long investigation, which take me to understand the phenomena. I think that the lady, I want to be sure, the lady which have been appearing for 2,000 years, so from thousands of apparitions around the world, is an entity which is not the mother of Jesus Christ, the Savior, the Messiah, is another entity which take place. That's why I've been saying from 9 years to now that that entity which appear is a deceptive entity. The whole phenomenon told to the Christians is a deception. That one is not the mother of Jesus Christ, is someone else. Is a female being, but the real story completely different from the real fact that I will tell you.
Singer, do you have any maybe PowerPoint slide that you want to share
Yeah,
to us?
I explain you all the time. I have all the slides prepared.
Okay, I will make you as co-host. Wait a minute so you can share your PowerPoint.
You have to wait. Okay.
Okay, so you are co-host now. You can presenting your slide to us. It is very
Okay.
interesting, Senor, your
I
research.
can. I will tell you. Uh, hang on. Can you see?
Uh, Not yet. We just see your folder, Indonesia.
Okay. Uh, Now, can you see the slide?
Not yet.
Not yet. Hang on. Uh, mm, cannot understand why I cannot share my slides. Okay. Can you see now?
Yes, yes,
Okay. Okay. Can you see now?
yes.
Okay. Finally.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the title of this. The first slide is Deception of Marian Apparition. The author of the study is this Giovanni De Marchi, and the language is Spanish, means era una señora más brillante que el sol. That means she was a lady more daring than the sun. Okay, this was the first expression used by this church investigator, which I told you was a man of faith. Ufology didn't exist at that time. They didn't know anything. They didn't know about UFO, extraterrestrial, nothing at all. Father De Marchi was a great missionary. He spent 3 years in Fatima interviewing the main witnesses of the events and meticulously writing down their testimonies. He interviewed Sister Lucia, which was one of the three witnesses, and had access to the seer's manuscript. What happens? The point is, there were two groups of spiritualists in two different town in Portugal. We are talking about Portugal. Portugal in 1917, at the time of the events, was a really poor country. No instructions at all. More than 70% of the people were completely without culture. What happened at that time? Means happened that two main newspapers in two different towns, one in Lisbona, one in Porto, they have different newspaper. In Lisbona, the newspaper, the 10th of March, 2 months before the event, the event, I means the encounter with this lady. The encounter took place the 13th of May. So, a newspaper, the 10th of March, the newspaper name was New Diary, and the other two newspapers in Porto, means the other town, 2 days before the apparitions, means the 13th of May. So the 11th of May, these two newspapers, which were 1st of January and the newspaper of Freedom, wrote down a message which say, on the 13th of this month, an event regarding a war will occur that will shock the world. So, how these two news came to these very important newspapers? Okay, we cannot forget that the New Diaries in Lisbona and the 1st of January at the newspaper of Freedom, the other two newspapers in the other town had the new before the event, which I repeat happened the 13th of May. This news of the big event coming the 13th of May came from two groups of spiritualists. These two groups in Lisbona and Port didn't know each other. This is the most important event because it's verified. These two groups, they didn't know each other. And the leader during the spiritualist encounter received a message, say the real news of that time, received a message and from another astral plane. So they channeled a message from another dimension, which forced the two leaders, one leader in Porto, the other leader in Lisbona, they received a telepathic message by channeling, which say that an important event will be happened the 13th of May, 1917. And this is the Journal of Notizia, means the newspaper, the journal of newspaper, the war and the spirited sensational revelation, which say, we have received a postcard, the text of the which we produce. This is the newspaper article on Journal de la Notizia, the local newspaper. And it has been communicated by several spirits groups that on the 13th of the current month, a fact regarding the war will occur that will strongly impress everyone, respectively, a spiritist and the dedicated propagandist of Trat. Antonio was one of the two leaders of the spiritualists. That was his name. Okay, this was in Lisbon, in Porto. And this one is just a page of the original article of newspapers. Okay, you can see on the right side top the image of the three shepherds that have an encounter with this lady. Okay, on the image, on the slide down there, you can see the day of the big event.
The dancing sun event.
I'm sorry?
Do you mean the event when the sun was sun was dancing.
Dancing,
Yeah.
exactly, Mohammed. That event that was announced by this lady. This lady had said on the fourth apparition that a big event, a big miracle will be happen the 13th of October 1917. And these people looking at the sky were all looking at the sun dancing. And this is the reconstruction of the arrival of this lady. The two shepherds at the beginning were with their ships. They have uh, some ships, so they used to go in the afternoon to accompany these ships for eating. And at the beginning, they heard that thunder and see a big light in the sky. And suddenly there was a light, like a cone, and a lady which she appeared on the top of the tree. And this lady is completely different from the lady we know, from the Virgin Mary. She had the mantle and she's wearing a necklace and she had a cloth with with was arriving at the knee. But when the church investigator have seen this image, they see cannot be the Virgin Mary. The Virgin Mary cannot be like this because the the cloth must be covered the knees. That one is a shame for the church. So they start to manipulate the original, I say, the original image of the Virgin Mary. Can you see? Virgin Mary never wear the mantle. That this being had two earrings, and he has like a sweet, very tiny, and a mantle, and they she kept in the hands a spear, crystal, and a necklace with a triangle, metal triangle at the end. During the years, the sphere in the hands came in the heart of Jesus Christ. So they manipulate also the statue inside the church because this entity had a sphere, okay, didn't have a heart on his hands, and this is that this necklace. So these clothes are completely different from the image we have from the Christian church. And that one on the right was an angel. Before the official apparitions to the shepherd, the the three childs said they had a pre-encounter before the official apparition. Has the apparition need to see if during the apparition the shepherd need to be prepared. So they see a child. I saw the child where what there is the reconstruction is this one was a small guy close in front of them. He appeared, and this is the reconstruction some days before the official apparition of the 13th of May. And this is the reconstruction of the sun dancing. The sun came from the clouds and started moving like a leaf. A leaf doing like this. Slowly came towards the floor. Came from, but what the point? What is the point? The point is the sun is there from 5 billions of years. So if the sun could move forward the planet Earth for 1 meter, all the planet will be burned in a few minutes. So that was definitely the sun, but was a UFO. the UFO that go in front of the sun, cover the sun, and the witnesses of that time say, all of them, because the 17th of May, the date of the miracle, that the church said the miracle, say this sun was possible to look it. We cannot look at the sun because we get serious damage to the sight.
Yes.
But that sign was completely different. So the sign was visible. It was described as a silver disc. This the church didn't say cover the real truck. Was not the sun, but was a metallic object. That object covered the sun. And what does also? Also the moving with the lift. Suddenly, what this object do? This object point at the crowd. You can imagine for that event, the 13th of October, there were between 50,000 and 70,000 people asking for miracle, praying, and there was a storm. Some minutes before the sun pulsating on the dancing sun, there was a big storm. So all the old people there were completely wet. Means wet, very wet till the pants because the rain was very hard. And what does this object, believe the sun do? Point at the crowd as the object want to smash the people, and all the people they put on the floor just to they try to flee, to leave the area because of the danger. They understand it was a big danger because the object looked like smash the whole crowd. But what this object do? Suddenly goes very close to people and goes up in the sky. And in a few seconds, and I say few seconds, all the people, means 50,000 people, were completely dry. You know what I mean? They're
Yes.
completely wet. In few seconds, they are dry.
Dry.
But I want to tell you because this is because why this entity is not the Virgin Mary. This entity is a manipulated entity. It's a bad entity, and is very capable of doing mental manipulation. The hell is an invention of the church. And this is what say the real fact. The Madonna showed us a great sea of fire that seemed to be beneath the earth. This is the vision of the hell. This tells of demons, which stood on the refined repugnant resemblance to dreadful and unknown animals. So, the manipulation of the mind show to the shepherd the hell, but the hell doesn't exist. It's an invention of the church. This is the third part because in Commedia, the Virgin Mary revealed three secrets. But this, I want to be sure, but of these three secrets, they are completely different from reality. Just they are not the real pace and the real tells of that event. And always the Virgin Mary playing for penance. Pray. You have to pray a lot, day and night. This is the real events fact of this Giovanni De Marchi, the investigator, was the missionary sent in June, the 10th of June, 1943 to investigate. And this is the apparition of the angel of peace, that child I told you before. This angel, have a look, a strong wind shook the trees. something they hear as a thunder and then a wind. And the sky was clear, so there's nothing in the sky except a cloud. This object, 99% was inside this cloud. Then we saw a certain distance above the tree in the east, a light whiter than snow, in the form of a transparent young man. This angel of peace, which came as a child, was completely transparent, brighter than crystal struck by sunlight. As he approached, we could distinguish his features. We were amazed, astonished. He came closer and said, "Don't be afraid. I'm the angel of peace. Pray with me." So the command from this angel, from the Virgin Mary, which said to be the Virgin Mary, is to pray. Pray the rosary, pray day and night. And this is the reconstruction of this child. Okay? I want to tell you more. In this picture, I wrote, this is another testimony which miss to the reconstructions of real event of Fatima. We know, and we have been telling from the church from 1917 that the witnesses were three. Actually, I reconstructed there two witnesses missing. Carolina Carreira, can you see on this picture?
Yes.
Is one of the witness missing, which has been covered by the church. Probably his threat was uncomfortable. And there is another testimony. In my last book in December, which is UFO Disclosure, there's a chapter dedicated to these shepherds, these two witnesses disappeared from the events of the real fact of Fatima. So there's a chapter which say of Carolina Carreira, and the other guy, the other child was Severino Alves. That were two testimonies uncomfortable. So disappear from the church tells. This is the description of how the Virgin Mary was dressed. And they knew that when there was a big light in the sky, in a few minutes, this entity would appear. And have a look what Lucia is always took charge say. We'd better go home. There's lighting. Maybe a storm is coming. Yes, let's go, agreed the cousin. Because Lucia was this child, and the other two, Francisco and Jacinta, were accusing each other. A second flash, more intense, immobilized them. Immobilize them is a typical phenomenon during UFO encounters. Like automatons, they took a few steps and without knowing why, spontaneously and seemingly turned to the right. On the top of a small holm, a heavenly apparition appeared. Surprised, they stood still, wrapped in the light emanating from the vision. She was a lady dressed in white. As Lucia described her, brighter than the sun, emanating a light more intense than that of a crystal filled with the pure water, crossed by the most ardent ray of the sun. Stunned by the apparition, the children stared ecstatically at the sweet lady who, with extremely maternal and gentle voice, reassured them, "Don't be afraid. I don't want to harm you." Then the lady showed heaven and purgatory, the other two states invented by the church. Heaven doesn't exist. Purgatory, the middle state created by the church, was invented at the end of the 12th century, at the beginning of the 13th century. So, which is the point? this entity show you something which is not real. This technology could be 1,000 years ahead of us, can manipulate it, the reality. And this theory was confirmed by big name of American scientists, which have studied the situation which happened during an encounter with an entity or a UFO. So there's a manipulation of reality. And this is what happens exactly to the three shepherds of Fatima. Manipulation of time of the end of the reality. So what they see is not real, does not exist, but they see, they can see, they are sincere, like all the seers on the planet. During the last 2,000 years, we have thousands of apparitions of this being, but all of them are sincere. They are not liars. But it's not their fault because their mind is deeply manipulated. We don't know this technology because that doesn't exist nowadays, but can show you something which does not exist. The ascension on the light among the stars. This is the departure of this lady. Then they began to rise. Lucia continues, slowly ascending eastwards until she disappeared into the immensity of space, surrounded by a vivid light that seemed to open the way among the stars. Beware to the words, seemed to open the way. The children remain enchanted for a while, eyes fixed on the sky. Then coming to themselves, they search for the flock and rejoiced to see the young crops unarmed and the sheep grazing peacefully. They spend the rest of the afternoon in that blessed place, recalling every detail of the extraordinary event, which is completely new to them. The doubts of Lucia at the beginning is not convinced that lady is the Virgin Mary. Listen, a neighbor came early in the morning and told me Jacinta's mother had said that the girl had gone out, claiming something new had happened. I hurried to Lucia and asked, Lucia, I heard you saw the Madonna, I mean the Virgin Mary, in the Covaderia. Covaderia was the area of the event. Who told you that? She replied, surprised. Aunt Olympia was a lady in the neighborhoods there, and Jacinta told her. Lucia looked pensive and finally replied with sadness, I had begged her not to tell anyone. But why? Because Lucia said, I'm not sure it was the Madonna. She was a very beautiful lady. So Lucia is the first to have doubt,
Yes.
to understand who this lady really is. Because this lady later say that she's Virgin Mary. They didn't say at the beginning. Prayer suggested by the lady. Listen what this being say. I want you come here on the 13th of the next month, say the Mother of Heaven, and pray the rosary, adding after each mystery the prayer, oh my Jesus, forgive us, save us from the fire of hell, lead all our souls to heaven, especially those most in need. She also say, I want you to learn to read, and later I will tell you what I desire most. So they start to make a brainwash to this child.
Yeah.
They must pray every day. Then I will tell you, because we all need to pray, because Christians need to pray. Then is the announcement to the fate of Jacinta and Francisco. I'll make a resume. This lady say that very early the two cousins of Lucia will leave this planet. They will die. She already know. So this being know the future. and say, and you can read here, Lucia say, will I be left alone? The Virgin, no, my daughter. Do you suffer much? Don't lose heart. I will never forsake you. My immaculate heart will be your refugee and the path that will let you to God. So Lucia is worried. She'll be left alone because their two cousins will die very soon. This is the vision of the clown and the Ascension. The Madonna go back in the cloud. That one is a cloud. This cloud, cloud is very common in all the telling of encounter with being. If you read the Bible, I don't know if someone of you have ever read the Bible, but the Bible tells of the Jewish people at the beginning. In Exodus, the entire chapter of Exodus, which is the first chapter of the Bible, tell which a cloud accompany the Jewish people when they leave Egypt. And what is very important in the Exodus of Bible is during the day, this cloud is a cloud, but during the night, this cloud is a pillar of light. We can show the way to the Jewish which leave Egypt. So every night, this cloud changes shape and become a pillar of light. But during the day, it's not a UFO, but it's a cloud. Probably 90%, 99%, the UFO is inside the cloud. Correct. That's the next day, despite everything, that's the moment to return to the Covaderi approach, an inner force which the child could not explain, compelled her. They feel a force inside their mind which stopped them. This is a typical contact with extraterrestrial presence. They need to go every month to see this lady. The 13th of from 13th of May, 13th of June, 13th of July, 13th of August, 13th of September, they have a telepathy command which send them to the event of the apparition. They cannot say no. They must go because this order telepathically goes directly to the mind. It forces them to go on Covaderia. During another apparition, Lucia cried, "Close that umbrella, she's coming." This one is the event of the dancing sun, real talking of the 13th of October, the date of the dancing sun. Lucia was there. Close the umbrella because I told you there was a big storm. He's coming. As I looked, I saw nothing, but then I noticed a small grayish cloud stopping above the oak. So the cloud approached the crowd of 50,000 people. The sun dimmed slightly, and the cool breeze began to blow despite it being midsummer. And then I began to hear sound like a fly buzzing inside an empty jar, but no worse. It was like sound is like that of the bee. Sound like it, like that. There was a thunder, before the event, there's a big thunder. The big thunder probably is the air which was moving. The air is fast. There's something which is coming. It's like the sound you hear when a fight with a jet break the wall of sound. It sounds like this. Oh. A witness say at the moment there was a loud thunder, and the ark set up with alarm shook as feet and earthquake. Lucia rose suddenly, her skirt puffed up like a balloon. So The air is moving. Something big is coming. She pointed to the sky and shouted, "She's leaving, she's leaving." Then we can't see her anymore. This is the way to disappear. Something, probably an object, came to take her. Read here. The thunder. Okay, I cannot read because the top I cannot read. Oh. Okay, this I went ahead. The apparition, the prayer. When the children finally arrived at the home home, as usual, Lucia led the people in praying the rosary. Everyone, rich and poor, fell to their knees and responded loudly to the prayer led by the humble country girl. The rosary wasn't yet finished when the children stood up to scan the horizon. They had seen the flash. The blessed lady couldn't be far. After a few moments, the Queen of Heaven appeared above the all. This is the apparition, the first apparition.
Yes.
Smiling maternally. "What do you want from me?" asked Lucia, as always. "Continue to recite the rosary daily to the Our Lady of the Rosary to obtain the end of the war." Important. They prayed for the end of the war, but none of these prayers
It's
have a
answered.
result.
Yes.
Yeah, the war keep.
Yes.
This lady say at the moment of apparition that the lady will be finished very soon. This is war. March. It was May 1917. Okay, May 1917. But the war, the First World War, will finish November 1918. So the first lie. She says going to finish the war, but the war didn't finish. Request a miracle. Then the lady said, there was another point I want to show you. So at the moment, Lucia had a little girl, his friend was deaf and mute. She asked to the Virgin Lady a miracle to heal there. But the lady answered, she will improve during the year. Why don't you heal her if you can? This is not a proper response. She will improve during the year. What does it mean? If you can miracle her, you do it. You don't say she will improve. Then she requests always a chapel. All the apparition, Virgin Mary request to build a church was a chapel because you need to go there to pray. So it is very important to build a chapel or a church. Have a look. Our Lady of the Rosary on the dam. The other half should go toward the construction of the small chapel. Bottom column. These things are not afterwards the white vision faded. This is also another description of the apparition. A luminous globe ascending towards the sky. You can see in this all these tells the extraterrestrial phenomena. This is the description, physical details. This during the investigation, they asked the shepherds how she was dressed. Does she wear earrings? I don't know. The ears are also hidden because I told you she had the suite completely. What the position of her hands? Her hands are raised to her chest with finger pointing upwards. Is the rosary in her right or the left hand? The little girl easily answered that it was in her right hand. But due to my persistent, tricky questioning, she became confused and uncertain about which hand held the rosary during the apparition. What did the Madonna most insistently recommend to Lucia? She told us to pray the rosary every day, because to pray is the most important thing for this being. Why will the Madonna come alone October 13? I'm referring to the day of the miracle of the dancing sun. No. Saint Joseph and the child Jesus will also come, and shortly after, peace will be granted to the world. There's peace on the world? No, nowhere. From 10,000 years, people fighting on this planet. There's no peace. And then these entities say that Jesus will not come alone. John St. Joseph will come with him. That was is a manipulation, the reality. Go to the people, Jesus, which is not there, and this St. Joseph. This is very common in apparitions. Sometimes when a Virgin Mary appears, comes with other saints, Christian saints. Were there any extraordinary signs during apparition? Many signs. In July, nearly everyone saw a white cloud descending onto the old oak. In August, the same. There was no dust nearby. The clouds spread in the air like a mist. Was there any other sign? Yes, in the sky near the sun were white clouds that changed from blood red to pink to yellow, and people were enveloped in this color. The sunlight dimmed, and during the July August apparitions. This is the cloud. These objects come with the cloud. The message of Madonna and hope for peace. Look carefully, my child. Don't be deceived. A silver cloud enveloped the white group like a soft whisper of incense. What do you want from me? Lucy asked with her usual simplicity. I want a chapel built here in my honor. I'm the Our Lady of the Rosary. Continue to pray the Rosary every day. The war is about to end. I told you. It was March 1917, and the soldier will soon return home. No, the soldier will return home at the end of November 18, 1918. I have many favors to ask. Will you grant it them? Some yes, other no, answered the Virgin. They must repent and ask forgiveness for their sins. So, she doesn't do any favor. She wants just the people pray. This is the miracle of the sun. It's the description. Lucia say at the crowd, look at the sun, look at the sun. We looked at the sun without difficulty. I told you, was a metal object, not the sun. It was a terrifying moment. As I told you before, all eyes were fixed on the sky when suddenly the sun stopped, then began to spin and leap. It stopped again, spun once more to the point where it seemed to detach from the sky and come towards us. It was a terrifying moment. Lucia felt completely exhausted. Once she had this apparition, Lucia and the shepherd were exhausted. This is a typical encounter with extraterrestrial entities. This is the description. She was tired, really tired. All of them were tired. During the interrogation, October 18, Lucia Bott and Jacinta claimed that they had heard the Virgin say the war ends today. But as I told you, the war doesn't finish today. This is also another point because someone realized that the war didn't finish, don't finish. The Virgin said that when she arrived in heaven, the war would end, but the war hasn't ended yet. It will. They think it will finish. This is a completely opposite version to what the lady say. The war doesn't finish. They are optimists. They say probably will finish on Sunday, but never will finish. This is another reconstruction of the events, the apparition they see a globe descend to the sky. There are also other, I say, sphere from the sky which announce the coming of the Virgin Mary. So extraterrestrial phenomenon. And this is the apparition of the angel of peace. I told you before,
Yeah.
that child, small as a young child. Because I had my full first, but they asked me not to tell anyone. This is also the description of these angels, because we have to say that these angels, one angel appeared before the official apparition of 1917. Also, in 1916, an angel appeared to these shepherds. It's interesting to note that how Jacinta already in Lisbon shortly before her death keeps saying, if men do not repent, the Virgin will send you a punishment to the world, such as never been seen before, and first to Spain, before the other nation. So then nothing happened to Spain. Oh, this is another lie, because never happened something horrible to Spain. So this is another lie from this lady. This is the transcription of the how the lady was dressed. It is the original written of Lucia during when she was witnessing the events, and this is tells how the lady was dressed. Then here the tells say that the fault of the war was the Russia. The war is fault of Russia. This country spread atheism all around the world. So the lady say that the Russian need to be converted and ask for consecration of Russia. But in later, also Pope Benedict XV asked for consecration. And also, some years ago, Francisco Bergoglio, not this Pope, Lion 14, but the last Pope, before this actual Pope, asked the consecration of Russia. But you say, Russia and Ukraine, they are still fighting. So, this request to the Virgin Lady to stop the war didn't go through. Russia and Ukraine are still doing war each other. This happened. So nonetheless, the consecration requested, the consecration of Russia has been done to stop the war, but nothing has changed. This is the two, Caroline and Severino, the two shepherds, which I described on my last book. The two witnesses, who is very important, disappear from the tales of the church. This is the other witness, is Severino Alves, testimony of the events. This is the lady which speak to Severino, we'll find in my book. And this is the account of this Severino, this guy, this child, missing witnesses. And this is a small article of newspaper, a very small article which say that Severino Alves, these witnesses have encountered this lady. It was appear on a local newspaper. The newspaper was called Joao Semana, and tells there was another witness missing. This is also tell of the newspaper Joao Semana. Now I want to have a surprise for you.
What?
Listen. what you are going to see is my channel of YouTube, but just a few people have seen it. How started my investigation? I was convinced that I say myself, if objects have appeared during the apparition of Fatima, I say to myself, I'm convinced that with this object will appear every time the faith start praying to invoke, to summon Virgin Mary. So every day, every time people gather together to pray and the dance start dancing, I think object must appear. So I just need to find them. So I started an investigation which lasted the whole summer of 2017. I analyzed frame by frame of the videos of the faithful gathered there to play. So I watched the videos frame by frame all around the world, from Philippines to Medjugorje to Nigeria, and I found Mohammed these objects. The objects appeared during the anniversary apparition in Trevignano Romano. This is what 2016. This lady that gathered people in Trevignano Romano, which is a small town, very small village close to Rome. Have a look how many people are gathered there. The Sears is waiting for the Virgin Mary. This is no ufology. I told you, they're just people who believe in Virgin Mary, all Christians. Oh, sorry. This is the sky.
Yes.
You cannot see on the left, it's very small. Sorry about that, but we are talking of a mobile phone of 2016. But I found these objects. Have a look. They are not insects. They are not birds. They are not seeds. They are metallic objects. This is another video. This we are talking on Medjugorje, the most important area for apparition for Christians. After Fatima, we have Medjugorje. During the youth festival in August 2013, is the miracle of the sun. This is the second I found the frames, means 13, 35, 36. The unidentified objects appear on the horizon. Have a look. Now you see the dancing sun. This is not a problem of the camera. This you can see with your own eyes. You see something go through the sky?
Yes. From left to
Then
the
we'll
right.
see. Right, now we'll see. Hang on. I have many of these videos. but some of them were birds. These I will show you are objects. I cannot move forward, otherwise we lose it. Have a look at the sun.
Yes.
Yes. Hang on.
Putus-putus ya.
Yeah. Tap. So the sun is changing the intensity
Pulsate,
of the light.
start pulsating. We say dancing, but in reality, pulse. The sun as pulsation. There you go. I want to show you, if I go forward, have you seen? Have you seen the object? Ah, have a look. I can move. I'll show you the objects. Here it is.
Oh,
Have a look on the top, on the right,
yes.
on the top page. Here again, here again, here again, here again. I think there are 2 or 3 objects. Have a look, disc, disc. Disc, disc. This is a 2 hours a day, June, July, August, and September, frame by frame, because you are very, very, very fast. This is Gloria dei Giovani, Medjugorje, 2013. This is a this is an international event, very big event from all over the world. We are talking of 2013, so we have camera of 2013. We don't have high definition. This is the object.
Is the
This
object
is
small?
Medjugorje. Sorry?
Is the object look small with with the vision of your eyes?
Yeah, I think it's more because of the distance also. This is Medjugorje, 2 May 2014. Here it is, the dancing sun. Here it is, pulsating sun. This one is an object. It's not the sun.
So where is the sun? The real sun?
It's behind the object.
Oh, I see.
Here the object. The first I found. Here it is. Have a look. It's a sphere. Mohammed is a sphere. This is another, it's called Medjugorje, the son of Medjugorje. This, this is this video is incredible because you will see a UFO at the end. Oh, oh my God. No, I want to go back. Uh, how do I go back? Oh my God. I want to show you, I wanted to show you, how to go back. Mm. Anyway, this is the object.
So maybe this object was the same thing like what people in Fatima saw.
Yeah, but I don't know where do they come. I don't know if it's the same actually. It's an object. I can tell you there are different objects.
Okay.
Have a look
Yes.
and have a look. This is the best UFO I found. Is the classical object with a dome. Can you see? This is Medjugorje 2009. Also here, no, I don't know what's going on. Uh, I want to show you the video, but what was going? Have a look at the sun pulsating. Can you see?
Oh, something moving.
It's the same phenomena. Have a look. It's starting. The phenomenon is starting. This is the mountain of Medjugorje. It's called the Prodbo. This is the people gather on the top of the mountain to pray the Virgin Mary.
Did the people uh see the flashing?
Yeah, of course, of all of them, like in Fatima. Have a look at the objects. Here it is. This is Medjugorje, another party with the youth, with the youngs, 2011. This is very clear. This is optic illusion, I called. This was a very small object, very hard to find. This is a disc. This is another video of YouTube. I put forward. Put forward. Here it is on the top. Then it's there. This is another video. Oh, Dio, my God. Sorry, you have to go. And let me do it like this. I want to show you the video I was telling you before. Um, I'm gonna minute. This is we have seen. No, Oscar. But it takes two time. This is another object in another. It was on TV. This is 2013. This is the real sun.
Yes.
This is the object I found here. One, close the sun, have a look. This is a humanoid. This is was seen in the United States. Look like Virgin Mary. This is in Italian, but a black Virgin Mary appeared in the sky in California, United States. We are in Santa Monica. This Virgin Mary image was sent me to me from uh, a man who lived in Colombia. He sent me this video. He was at the top of an hospital to make a medication, and from the top of this hospital, from the balcony, he saw this being in the air. It's a black. Oh my God. Oh, I'm gone. This is a video I made. It's in English. And this is another apparition is Costa d'Avorio, Ivory Coast. Hang on a minute. Mm, okay. This is during a mess in Nigeria, on sorry, in Ivory Coast. This lady appeared. Have a look.
Yes.
And what happens? A cloud get close to people. Have a look at this cloud. What I found. There's a metallic object. This is on Vesuvio. You know the volcano in Italy, in Sicily, the small island of Sicily. During this eruption, there was an object on the top. Have a look. This is incredible. This is eruption is around 1940.
Whoa.
This is the original movie of that time. This after the eruption. Have a look. This is the original one. Comes from Istituto Luce. Istituto Luce is an archive of the cinema. So this is the original footage of that time for the eruption. I'll show you forward. Have a look. After the eruption, people, during the escape of people from volcano, they leave the country. And what cannot miss? The procession of Virgin Mary. It's a coincidence? We don't know. But after few minutes, a UFO appeared. This is the procession, the mass. People pray. More than 80 years have passed from this event, the eruption of Vesuvio. Oh, Vesuvio, sorry, Etna. Etna, because it's Sicily. And watch you, have a look. Procession with Virgin Mary. Have a look, volcano. Oh, sorry. Have a look at the UFO. Pay attention. I found these objects during the eruption. Have a look. This is incredible. Look like the tic-tac of the American pilot fighter. No one realized there was a UFO. This is an incredible footage. Official one from the archive. That's an object. Came from the eruption or came from the Virgin Mary? This is the question. No, that's finished. Thank you.
Indonesian people. So,
So,
what do you think? Uh, are all of operation related with UFO activities?
What do you want to know?
Uh, I mean, uh, I only know two operation, the Fatima operation, and the second is Zaytun operation in
Satan.
Zaytun, Egypt.
Yeah. In Egypt.
Yeah,
It's the
it's
same entity.
yeah that there were several photo or picture that show glimpse of a woman with something flying above the
See, doves look like doves.
look like dove, but the wings not flapping, just still, and it is make me wonder if I mean, how do we know is the apparition is a religious event or extraterrestrial event? How do we know?
We know that that one is a religious event, but at the back there are aliens. This is the point. It's a deception. They look, they show the event like it was a religious event,
Yes,
but in the back there are aliens which deceive people. They make you believe that is the Virgin Mary, is the mother of Jesus Christ, but that is not the mother of Jesus Christ. This is the point.
I see.
And you know, you want to know why this lady, which appear all around the world for 2000 years, asked to pray. You know why?
I don't know. Oh, to
I
to
tell
to
you.
to make
I
people consciousness.
Yeah, but the point is prayers are energy. This being, as explained on my book, feed with prayers. So every time we pray, every time we prove pain, we cry, desperation, anxiety, we feed this being. She feed of
With
our
energy.
pains.
Yes.
Energy is energy which feed this lady. So millions of people which pray feed her. I'm not telling this, but also have you heard of Greg Braden? This is a writer and special scholars which studies with energies, and he also saying that prayer is a big energy. Whatever prayers of whatever religion, prayers in general is a form of energy, and this being take our prayers. We feed her with the pain, with the people with suffering, and prayer feed this entity. That's why I ask always to build a church, to build a chapel,
Yes.
because because our prayers, our pains, our suffering are feed to nourish her. This is the point. This is the big deception.
Yes, I remember when I read about the operation in Zaytown long ago before the chapel, I mean the church was built. Someone saw Mary and asked him to build a church, and
Exactly, exactly.
in 19, around 60, yeah, many people saw Virgin Mary above of a dome in Zaytun.
And Zaytun, yeah. And a suit too. In my book, I tell of a suit in Egypt as well. And the word witnesses, people, Muslim, Christian,
Yes,
Coptic church, every kind of religions were there witnessing that event.
it makes me excited and scared in same time.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So this uh this lady need maybe a place to make people come together and pray.
It's a
And
big amount of energy,
yes,
Mohammed. It's a big amount of energy. It's not one person who pray, but millions of people praying.
and and the question is, are these ladies nice, kind, or maybe evil? What do you think?
Evil.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. What do you think? Are these ladies evil or nice or bring peace or something? What do you think?
It's a de- I told you it's a deception. It's evil. It's a malevolent entity. It's not benevolent. Why do you have to lie every time? Say to shepherd things different from reality. Show hell, paradise, and purgatory of Christian religion, which don't exist. So before she lies, she show a different reality. So that one is a malevolent being. Of course it is.
Wow.
You know, I could be burned by the church with this affirmation because completely heretical. But this is true, Mohammed. This is true. This is a reality hidden by the church. How can you say after 2000 years that the Virgin Mary, which appear in that deceptive being, a deceptive entity, the problem to say to billions of Christians? Make you, I make you think. I make you think.
I'm just realized now. It is like this entity, I mean the ladies,
Yeah,
want to make us to something like remember that these ladies exist until I don't know, maybe 1,000 years again this event will happen and repeat again, and what this existential need is energy from our praise.
yeah, exactly. Every time we pray, we feed her. It's food. Prayers is food for her.
Yes, wait. Um, I think some of our audience have questions. Wait. Um, from Dino Michael, he he asks about in the apparition of Fatima. I once heard that the secular atheist newspaper O Seculo
O
unknown
seculo, yeah,
unknowingly acknowledged and wrote in the newspaper that the event of the sun spinning really happened, not mental manipulation. Have you ever heard about this
no,
news?
no, I'm not saying that the 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 manipulation is concerning the sun event. The
Yes.
sun event is sure took place the 13th of October 1917. So between 50,000 and 70,000 people witnesses. Okay, I'm telling that the deception concerning what the shepherd see, what have been told them during the months of the apparitions, but everything is a deception. Why to show the sun dancing when it's not the sun which dance, but is an object? This is the deception. Okay? All Christians of the planet, of the world, think it's the sun, but it's not the sun. This is the first deception.
Yes.
This is a malevolent entity because it's not true. It's not the sun, but it's an object. It's a UFO. This is an extraterrestrial deception. And what this lady does is something which is not reality, like purgatory, paradise, and hell that don't exist. But the event of the dancing sun or the spin sun, as you want to call it, is real. I told you, the people will dry in a few seconds
Yes.
after a big storm.
Big storm
That
and
one is
then dry.
extraterrestrial phenomenon.
Yeah. Like you told to us, if the dancing sun is really sun, so the planet will collapse, right? The planet will destroy. So it is object, not the sun.
Object is that the sun is at the back.
Yes.
It's like this. This is the object, the sun is back. Like this. Still exists. The sun is in the back.
Yes.
Nothing happens to the sun.
Wait a minute, senor. I remember some of UFO events, not only in Christianity or Catholic. Maybe you have ever heard about the man whose name is Chris Bledsoe. He
Yeah,
also,
I wanna. Yeah, I speaking to him these days.
yeah,
That lady.
that
Yeah,
lady.
I know. Yeah, the lady. That one as always. I'm opposite to Chris Bledsoe. That lady is not the Virgin Mary. It's completely different. Also there's an. I don't know. I think Bledsoe is sincere, but Bledsoe said that this Easter, few weeks ago, during Easter, Bledsoe say that a big event would happen, but nothing happened. So this means this is another lie.
Yes, yeah.
And that one is the lady as a V here, a V like this on the chest. It's not the Virgin Mary. The lady is another entity. I'm not saying Bledsoe say uh, something wrong. I'm saying that the lady who is appeared to him is different from Virgin Mary of the Christian Church.
Yeah, and also I think we have another lady in uh another UFO phenomena, like in Otsurabune in Japan. Maybe you,
But it's very many times ago, many years ago.
yes,
That one of the on the beach, right close to the sea,
yeah,
was a metal object. Yes, it's an ancient history, but it's not the Virgin Mary. That was a lady. It probably was an extraterrestrial lady, but it's not. It's nothing. It's nothing to do with the Virgin Mary of Christian Church.
it's so mind blowing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. um,
Any other question?
yeah, yeah, yeah. There are several questions. Uh, is that time in that moment just happened because everybody has prayed together in the church, I mean in the church, then maybe that lady, that angels show because they illusion, because they hope to see an angel show up. They hope the lady show up to answer the prayer. I think the man who asking this question think that maybe people got illusion, but it is real, right?
It's
The
real, yeah.
Yeah, the humanoid is real. And how about the angel of peace in the Fatima event? What do you
The
think?
child of peace, the angel of peace also is it's just to prepare the shepherds of the official apparition of 13th of May.
Uh,
Comes just to prepare the child. He announced that the Virgin Mary will appear. So some months before the official apparition, the angel of peace appeared. But
so
Old One,
do you mean that the group of extraterrestrial extinction um had a big plan about the Fatima operation? So they prepare.
yeah, they prepared the event.
Yes. Okay. Um, and another question. I think it is not question, but just like a comment. Seems
It's
like
a statement.
every mass praying moments there was accompanied by something unimaginable. Uh, and we have wait three questions from one person.
Yeah,
Hello,
tell me.
nice to have you here. I'd like to know about, is there any report telling about unknown flying object or strange light in Fatima prior the appearance of the entity or lady in 1917?
Sorry if they were.
Is there any report telling about unknown flying object? I mean, number one question can be answered by, we can say, the dancing sun is the object. Okay, maybe
Yeah,
how about the number two question? It is interesting to know that the sun appeared during World War One or almost a year before the war was end. The mysterious Foo Factor incident also happened during World War II, between late 44 to the end of the war in 45. I think the Sun and the Foo Factors were kind of some warning from the alien or non-human intelligence to human to end the war soon. How do you see this? So maybe he means that the dancing sun and full factor is something that to warn us that the war need to be stopped.
Foo Fighters arrived around 45 with the American pilots, but are different from the events of Fatima. I mean, the objects is common. It's the UFO in Fatima, and Foo Fighters is the first name of the first UFO seen with the American pilots of that time. I mean, I would say the matrix the same. The
Yes,
event is of an object, but there are two different events.
I think the last question of him is very interesting. How to filter the fake sunlight in the video you presented? I mean, uh, he asked about maybe the tools that you use to identifying the flying objects. what
Yeah.
tools or application or software that you use?
No, I mean, you can use any software, but the important thing was identify the frame. So every frame, you have to stop the movement, analyze the image. So you take a picture of frame by frame. So at the beginning, I saw there are many flies. They look like objects, but then they were flies and they have wings. So didn't they weren't UFO, but they were flies. So I could be confused at the beginning. I could be confused. So I threw it away because it was not UFO. But just frame by frame, you check if it was a metallic object, a disc shape, things like that. You can use any tool. The most important, you look at frame by frame.
Senor, I have a question. Uh, uh, as far as I know, some people who do research about UFO deeply like you, sometimes they face strange phenomena like stranger phone calls, or maybe someone who watching you from behind, or someone else, or somewhere else. Have you ever faced like this?
You mean things
Someone
like
like
ghosts?
spying you, or ghost or something uh, need you to be uh, need to stop you from your research.
No, actually not, because it's something US with which is connect to religion. So no, actually no, never.
Okay. And the last question from the chat. How did the religious group respond to your opinion about Lady Mary, even in Fatima? And how do you respond to
How?
them?
The point is that the, the, sorry about that, but
Yes.
they say they laugh, because they don't know the real fact. They say you drank,
You
you drank, you drank, have you drank today? Things like that, they hate. But instead of religious people, could be burn me, like heretical, because that is something completely heretical and cannot be said to Christian people. But this is the reality. I'm sure 100%.
Okay. So yeah, most of them are negative comments, are giving negative comments to you. So and another question, maybe two question, guys. Two last question, guys. Do humans interpret unexplained events using the language available in their culture?
Sorry, I didn't catch.
Uh, Maybe I don't know the I don't know who asking is man or woman, but maybe she asking about can we understand with our language about unexplained event like UFO? Maybe she's asking about uh, do Virgin Mary in Fatima accident using the same language like people in the Fatima to communicate to make communication.
Mm. Yeah, the language probably is Portuguese. The shepherd received the orders and received the communication telepathically. For example, Lucia could hear voice and sound.
Yes.
Francisco couldn't see just the map opening, but didn't hear any words.
Ah,
So the three shepherds receive three types of communication. Lucia could hear voice and moving the lips.
yes.
Francisco couldn't hear anything. So different communication be used, and some telepathically.
I think Lucia is the chosen one. Yeah,
Yeah,
by the lady.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. It is the only which he died some years ago. The two cousins, as I said,
Yes.
very early died, both at the beginning. In the 1917, she lady took them. She said before, Jacinto Jacinta and Francisco will come to me, will come with me very early. You, Lucia, you will stay. And she died 7, 8 years ago. So the only witnesses we found, we based on the story of one witnesses, which is survived Lucia. The whole story is built around the tales of Lucia because they died very early, the two cousins.
Do you think,
The two
lady?
cousins, yeah, Jacinto and Francisco died very early, after some months after the encounter. So the only survivor was Lucia,
But Lucia has already died.
a little bit.
Uh,
She's dead some years ago.
oh,
She survived. She when she died, she was 85, 89 years old. But the two cousins were they died. They were very young.
yes, yes. Okay, this is maybe the last question. So does that woman or lady have a purpose of consuming energy by deceiving people into praying? And is there also an intention to mislead those people away from two religious practices?
No, she supports the religious practice. She wants we pray. Her purpose is to make Christian pray because she needs prayers. She needs people praying all every time. This
Yeah.
person is keep feeding herself, so she needs our prayers.
Um, with I have someone who told me little bit, yeah, almost same with what you said before, but I think he's not here. And one of my friend, he's like uh, senior in ufology of Indonesia. He said to me, "Be careful with what you wish for and what you pray for, because they can understand." Uh, he means that the extraterrestrial can hear your pray, and you have to be careful about that. Yes.
I'm gonna be the third.
Pardon?
Okay, okay.
Okay, okay. What about the third secret of Fatima? Has it happened?
No,
No.
nothing that happens of the all the prophecies she made.
Yes.
None of them rea- realized. That's why she's a liar. A liar.
Yeah.
He's a liar.
It's almost same with UFO or alien encounters around the world, which the alien give a message to human about to make a group, and then they can make they can meet with the alien, and it is never happened. So maybe, yeah, the fact, the lady, what was the lady say? Yeah, it never happened. Like that secret
Oh,
of, yeah. Well, Senor, I think our time is over because it's almost 2 hours and it's very
Mohammed,
interesting. Yes?
Mohammed, can I show you my book before leaving?
Yes, yes, yes. And you guys, you can buy the
Let
book.
me see if I.
Yes.
Okay, but, okay, uh, okay. Let me see. Oh my gosh, condividi. Okay, this is my book. Here it is. It's
Ah,
on
yes.
Amazon, and talks about aliens, Jesus, who really was Jesus Christ, the 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 most important person of Christian religion, who was really Virgin Mary, and there are some news about what secret services of Russia and United States have discovered about the UFO phenomenon. It's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon. Yeah. You guys can buy the book in Amazon. And I think uh you write another books beside this, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
other two. But if you say name and surname, Cesare Valocchia on Amazon, you find all three books. The first one is concerning analyze 14 apparitions of Virgin Mary from Medjugorje to Lourdes, Fatima, and that one is point the focus on virgin apparitions if you are interested. But all three books I analyze apparitions. The last book explain who's the Virgin Mary really is, and also explain who Jesus Christ really was. It's not the person of the Gospels. Christians have grew up with the Gospels and the Bible, but this is a different vision, which is based on the apocryphal Gospels. You know, the church just recognized four Gospels, but there are many more which tell the truth. And this is apocryphal Gospels. The Christian church didn't recognize. Ask, ask why didn't recognize these Christian Gospels? Because there is buried the truth. So it's a very uncomfortable truth. So the church didn't recognize them.
Oh, I see. So,
This is
and
a
all
very long investigation. This UFO disclosure. It's a long investigation. It lasts me 4 months daily, daily investigation, 4 months. But
daily
there are
investigation.
two,
Wow.
yeah, this is a real research, a long research it was.
Well, and you guys, you can find his book on Amazon, right? Amazon.
Yeah, .com,
Pardon?
Amazon.com.
Oh, Amazon.com. Yeah, yeah. So, Sinyo, can we take picture together in this Zoom?
Of course, it's a
Oh,
pleasure.
yeah, yeah. Maybe you can close the share screen.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. No problem. So, okay, people, let's open your camera or webcam so we can take picture together. Okay, I think only four of us. Okay, wait a minute. Uh, okay, very cool.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Mohammed. It was a pleasure. I want to thank you, everyone, by one, for being for staying here till the end. And it was a pleasure.
yeah,
Stay with you and explain my investigations. So you are is very it was a very pleasure. It was very nice.
yeah, yeah. You have my honor, Signor Cesare, and what is it? Grazie, if I say correctly.
Grazie.
Yeah,
Grazie
grazie.
with the E and the N. Grazie.
Grazie. Okay. Thank you, and
Thank you to
yeah,
you.
thank you very much. So, see you. Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye bye. See you.
Bye.
Bye bye.